Hey everybody, welcome to today's daily message. This is for the 2nd of June with me, Adrian H. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm using this beautiful Angel Tarot card, which was a gift to me. I sort of wanted to hide the name because one of the creators of the deck is very opposed to tarot these days. But then I thought to myself, you know what, in this world, if you're going to go out and put your name on something, you've got to be prepared for the fact that your name is out there. So Angel Tarot cards, using them for today. Beautiful deck over there. They are absolutely amazing cards. I really love them. So just before we do our reading, as normal, let's just use our crystal ball Adonis. If it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes, or let's just connect in each other's heart space. And let's just take in a nice deep breath in. There we go. Beautiful. Connecting to each other's hearts. There we go. And I've got a beautiful blue lace agate actually here today. I felt guided to place this crystal on the cards for you today while I was charging up. And blue lace agate is all about communication, you know, sort of like the throat chakra area. And for those of you that don't know, the body's got a lot of energy centers, and then the 7 main energy centers, we call them chakras or chakras, and the one that's called the 5th chakra, that is associated with the color light blue, in fact, which is amazing. That one is all about communication, and it's located in your throat area. And it's about communication outwards, how you speak to others and how you communicate to the world. But remember, communication goes broader than that. It's about your body language. 95% of our communication happens on a subconscious level, you know, via body language, really. And so it's also about how do you speak to yourself. You know, what are the things that you say to yourself? I mean, so many times, how many times have you actually heard the story that if I have to speak to my friends and my family and even some of the people that you don't like, if you have to speak to them the way that you sometimes speak to yourself, not going to work. All right. So let's focus on that today. Let's just move this aside. And then let's see, what are the angels? Oh, that came right out. 2 cards over there. And I'm going to see which is the one at the bottom. Oh, beautiful stuff. All right, so we've got the High Priestess, which is from the Major Arcana. Then we've got the 2 of Earth, which is the 2 of Pentacles, which is all about change. And then we've got 5 Unity there with Archangel Dolphin. And in the Major Arcana, this is the Hierophant card, or some people call it the Hierophant. All right. Now, I'm just going to first read for you just the messages that are printed on the card before we go into it. It says the High Priestess with Archangel Haniel. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. That is such an important part there at the bottom of it. Consider carefully what you want before you act, before you go over to action, all right? Because sometimes we're in the space where we just want to go over to action and, you know, how dare they, and they're not going to show us who do you think you are. I'll show them who I am. But a lot of times when you approach a problem like that, or a frustration or unhappiness, or even when you stand up for yourself, when you normally approach anything from that point of view of like, I'm going to show them who I am, they're not going to mess with me, they don't know who I am, etc., 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 chances are you're actually going to make things worse. You're not going to make them better, because all you're really doing is feeding that negative energy. All right. So, and then we've got the 2 of Earth, which is the 2 of Pentacles, and it says, too much going on all at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So the question today is, have you been maybe piling too many things onto your plate? Are you doing too many things? Are you multitasking too much? Is it time to, you know, to really maybe slow things down a little bit, to have a look again, to go back to the drawing board, you know? In yesterday's reading, and you can check that out, in yesterday's reading, we were speaking about, or the channeled message that came through for yesterday's reading was the guidance to actually make some sort of like a pros and cons sort of list for yourself. All right, which might really serve you quite beneficially. And if you've been following that, then really great. Or if you maybe want to check back, you can always just go back and see yesterday's reading as well. Okay. And then we've got Unity over here, which is the Hierophant with Archangel Sandalphon. Sandalphon is all about assisting humanity. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So what is this reading really saying to us today? Well, first of all, the High Priestess is an energy that always reminds you of how much power you have when you are in balance. So, remember that the tarot itself is not gender specific. But when you have your divine male and your divine feminine energy in balance, it reminds you how powerful you are and how unlimited you are. And all of us have divine male and divine feminine energy. Your divine feminine energy is that sort of more caring side of yours, that more sort of like emotional side of yours, the more sort of heart space energy of yours, the compassionate side of yours, trying to see things from another person's sort of like point of view. That is your more sort of divine feminine sort of energy. And then you get your divine male energy. That is, and I think that is what we mostly spoke about in yesterday's reading, but you can go and have a look and make up your own mind. But the divine male energy, that is more about that analytical energy, that thinking energy, that considering energy, that energy that seeks for solutions, that looks right on paper, that benefits everybody. Okay, so the High Priestess reminds us that when we have that imbalance, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. All right. It's about listening to your intuition, listening to your gut. But before you can listen into your gut, you need to be in balance first. Otherwise, you hear from, sort of like what your mind wants you to hear, because the human brain doesn't like gaps. So if there's anything that's coming through, anything that's being sort of said, or the mind's not sure what is happening at the moment, it's going to try to fill in that blank on your behalf. That is not really what you want. Okay. And so you are first of all being encouraged to get into balance, to get into flow, so that you can get some clarity. I feel that for some of you, you need clarity, and the clarity is right in front of you. It's right there, but you're not seeing it because you're not looking from a balance point of view. So this is a day to get your yin-yang energy, back in flow again, basically, so that you can benefit from the beautiful divine energy that is available for you. So that here with the Two of Earth, which is with the Two of Pentacles, so that your earth journey can get back in balance. So that beautiful plan that you were born to live initially, that reason why you incarnated into earth as a soul, having a human being experience, so that this plan can flow for you beautifully. I feel that for some of you, you might be a little bit out of sync at the moment, a little bit out of balance at the moment. It's perfectly understandable. There's been so much going on in the world. As I've been sharing with everybody, the last 2 years were so challenging. If you had to be told about 3 years ago of everything that's going to happen in the last 2 years that have passed, you may have had a meltdown, because it's so much for your mind to actually accept. And so first of all, I want you to really congratulate yourself on the fact that you've made it through lots and lots of challenges and lots of difficulties. So I want you to give yourself that first and foremost, all right? And when you do, when you first give yourself that sense of acknowledgement, now we can move to the space to get into balance. Because sometimes we first want to get into balance, but we don't get clarity about what it is that we're actually getting in balance from. Not the best thing in the world. It's like trying to, fix a cupboard or something, and you're not really sure where it's broken, or is it a problem with the wood or the glue or the screws or whatever, and you just come with big pieces of wood and you start plonking chunks of wood onto it. Probably not going to do the best job, and it's probably going to be more insightful than it needs to be. All right. So once you get the balance, things in your life can start shifting in a very beautiful way, in a way that suits you better, in a way that sits better with you, all right? That is not as overwhelming. There's beautiful space, I feel, of miracles here that's available for you, and some beautiful other things as well. But in order to be in alignment with the flow of that energy, with that possibility, some balance is definitely required. And this can be a day where things can turn for you very quickly. Many of you might be placed in front of a crossroads today. But there's also a space of a new beginning, a new way to go. Now, for some of you, this new beginning, this new start may feel very overwhelming. You might feel you don't really want to do this. Might not feel that you're ready for it. You might be very comfortable where you are at the moment. And you might say, I don't really want to go to the next level. I can't do this because I've got this, and I've got this contract, and I've got that agreement, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and etc., etc., etc. But remember, when the universe helps you and places you on a path, it's because there's a plan available for you as you go along all the way. The universe doesn't put you on a plan that seems like a very positive plan And then, you know, a little bit down the line, it's like, oh, well, I've put you on the path, now you just need to wing it. No, when you can work with the faith that is always available for you, that is when things can work for you. And also when you look at the number two is about unity. Number two is about things coming together, contracts coming together, relationships coming together, peace coming about, resolutions coming about, solutions that work for both people. All right. If you look at numerology, number 5 it's also a number of new beginnings. Okay. Number 5 is the number of the next step. When you go at angel numbers, number 5 is a number that lets you know that everything your heart desires is busy happening for you at the moment. It's just letting you know that the timing is not 100% right. Maybe it doesn't, and you know, when we say that the timing is not 100% right, it doesn't mean that you are the one that's out of sync and out of balance, but maybe somebody else down your path of line, somebody else that, you know, fits in with the plan isn't quite ready yet. It's like me a couple of years ago. I live in Cape Town, and I was looking for an apartment and I couldn't find one. I was like, what's going on over here? This is amazing. This is incredible. It blows my mind, you know. This is a beautiful city with beautiful places to live. How can I not find an apartment? And I said, you know what? I'm just going to surrender. Maybe the space where I'm supposed to be isn't ready yet. Maybe it's being renovated. Maybe it's being built. Whatever the case is, I'm just going to chillax for this for now. I'm going to see where it goes. Lo and behold, 2 months later down the line, I stepped into a place. It happened to be the right place. The paint was still wet on the walls. And they did all the changes that I would like to do. The kitchen cabinets have been changed. It's not this apartment. It's been changed to white kitchen cabinets with beautiful green glass stained sort of cupboard drawers, which I love because green's my favorite color, and I also like white. The carpet on the floor is just being replaced with a wooden floor. I don't really like carpets very much because I don't like cleaning, and I don't really like to have a maid in my home. Plus, I don't really like to have a dirty place, you know. So that's easy peasy, and I like wooden floors. So what I'm just saying, today is one of those days for you. If you can only focus on getting in balance, and you know what, here's a wonderful way to get into balance quickly. When you take a deep breath and you hold that breath for a moment, if it's safe for you to do so, and you release, as you focus on that breathing, your body can't actually do anything else. Or rather, sorry, let me rephrase that, your mind can't focus on something else. Okay, so it brings you present. I hope that helps you. I'm wishing you all the best. Love and light. Thanks for all of you who follow my channel, who like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for your donations. I will see you tomorrow.